Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, July 13th, 2013. From the Caribbean, U.S. prosecutors silent on visa bribery case. Appeals court upholds Trinidadian's conviction in the JFK airport bomb plot. Death of a Guyanese nurse in India, unlikely that the body will be brought back for burial. Former Grenadian Prime Minister has great respect for St. Kitts Prime Minister Dr. Douglas. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with zero out-of-pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with zero out-of-pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
I can't believe your mom let you take your car out. This is awesome.
It's time to grow up.
You're crazy.
Little while
Faster, go faster. Stop.
It'll all be alright.
I raised my son to be careful,
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mom.
but just to be safe,
So don't you worry.
I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Coleman Subaru, 1710 North Alden Avenue, Ewing, New Jersey, or colemansubaru.com.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Total Caribbean Network. United States prosecutors are remaining silent on their next step in relation to the Jamaican entertainer who allegedly bribed David Rainsberger, the convicted former security chief at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, to get back his visa. Prosecutors at the United States Attorney's Office, Eastern District of Virginia, declined to comment on a request from the Gleaner Power 106 News Center for an update into the investigation. Rainsberger was sentenced to prison for a year in federal court on Tuesday for accepting gifts from the entertainer for helping to reinstate his U.S. visa. He pleaded guilty to charges of receiving unlawful gratuities and making false statements to U.S. authorities. The district attorney's office said it would not confirm or deny that there is an ongoing investigation into the Jamaican entertainer who prosecutors describe as well known and only identified by the initials DB. It is also said it cannot comment on the status of the entertainer's visa and directed reports to the U.S. State Department and the U.S. Embassy. The embassy had previously declined their request to comment on the visa status of the entertainer and referred queries to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Virginia. The entertainer was barred from entering the U.S. because of allegations of criminal conduct. In a previous interview, noted attorney Dahlia Walker Huntington, who practices immigration law in the state of Florida, said the entertainer would automatically lose his visa and can face criminal prosecution. She explained that any visa obtained by fraud is not valid. And the U.S.-based attorney said because Rainsberger was employed in a very senior and sensitive position, that would automatically trigger a wide-ranging probe by U.S. authorities. The U.S. Embassy had stressed that the government takes its anti-corruption mandate seriously, adding that no one is above the law, even embassy employees. A U.S. appeals court upheld the conviction on Friday of a former leader of the Shiite Muslim community in Trinidad and Tobago for his role in a conspiracy to bomb New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport. Imam Kareem Ibrahim, 68, was unable to sway the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New York to reverse the 2011 guilty verdict on terrorism-related charges or the sentence of life. Prosecutors said Ibrahim provided religious instructions and support to the group planning the failed attack, which involved destroying buildings, fuel tanks, and pipelines at JFK. The Federal Appeals Court said a jury was entitled to find Ibrahim and his co-conspirators guilty of planning to blow up the airport. The ruling followed a decision in May upholding the convictions of co-conspirators Russell De Freitas and Abdul Qadir, who were found guilty in August 2010 and also received life sentences. A fourth man charged in the case, Abdel Noor, pleaded guilty in June 2011 and received a 15-year prison sentence. Prosecutors said Ibrahim joined the plot in May 2007 after meeting with De Freitas and a confidential FBI informant in Trinidad. Ibrahim, among other things, gave them advice on avoiding attention by U.S. authorities, prosecutors said. He was arrested in Trinidad in June 2007 and extradited to the United States. A jury in Brooklyn, New York, found him guilty in May 2011 on 5 terrorism-related counts. On appeal, Ibrahim's lawyers argued their client's testimony was improperly limited, that evidence seized from Qadir's home shouldn't have been admitted, and that there wasn't enough evidence to support his conviction. They also challenged his sentence as unreasonable, but the 3-judge appellate panel rejected all of his arguments and upheld the sentence. Michael Houston, a lawyer for Ibrahim, said his client was considering whether to seek further appeal, including a petition for review by the U.S. Supreme Court. Although disheartened at the minute possibility that exists of her having her daughter's body brought back to Guyana for burial, it is Moran Scipio's desire to be provided with all details surrounding her daughter's death in India. And I quote, "I want to know why she died and how," the distraught woman said during a conversation with reporters yesterday. The death of the 37-year-old nurse, Lucinda Solomon Lee, had been reported to her family members via telephone call from her Nigerian husband 3 days after her passing. The husband, identified as Austin Molar, had not mentioned the cause of death during the phone call, even though questions had been asked. He subsequently sent a detailed Facebook message to the nurse's sister in which he stated that the nurse had been hospitalized 2 months prior to her death to undergo an ovarian surgery. According to CPO, in order for her to receive financial assistance to have the body of her daughter brought to Guyana for burial, she must be provided with the findings of the post-mortem, information that she is in no position to access. Otherwise, the woman says the chances are very slim. Still, she is determined that in the event her daughter is buried in India, she needs to be given the details of what caused her daughter's death. Former Grenadian Prime Minister Tillman Thomas says he has great respect for Dr. Denzil Douglas and is optimistic that the Kittian Prime Minister will do the right thing in relation to the pending motion of no confidence. National Democratic Congress leader Thomas was asked to contrast his own problems in Grenada when he had the parliament prorogued for several months, following which the NDC lost the general elections held earlier this year. On Prime Minister Douglas's position that the Constitution does not set a time frame for the hearing of motions of no confidence, NDC leader Thomas said he does not expect the matter to drag on forever. And I quote, "The people have to decide. At the end of the day, the people have to make a decision. I mean, it's a democratic society. People have their rights," the Grenadian politician said. Asked what advice he had for Dr. Douglas, Thomas said simply comply with the Constitution. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.